Doezsha.B's Productions.
B from Doezsha.B Exotics. You gotta excuse my voice. I'm a little bit sick right now. But today's video, I had this extra roll of wire sitting around this what is it called? Hardware cloth sitting around, and I was thinking about making some food hoppers. I ordered some more of the Missouri rodent food, and at the moment I'm feeding them out of ceramic dishes. And if you breed your own rodents, or you have rodents, you know that they like to take their food out and hide it all over in their tubs, in their cages. So, and sometimes they end up using the bathroom on it and wasting it, or just whatever, you know. And then you're paying for food, you want to be cost effective. So I think it'll be more cost effective and it'll be better if I put together some type of hopper system for them. That way they can still feed, have access to the food. It'll keep it off the ground, out of the bedding, out of their urine and feces, and save food that way. That way they'll only use what they're eating, and there'll be less waste. But yeah, so I have the tools I'm using today. I just used a box cutter to get this open. I'm going to take this wire off. I have some extra pieces of hardware cloth from rodent racks that I've built before. I'm going to use those later on down the line. After I get my hoppers built, I'm going to cut doors, and I'm going to use these to go over the doors. And I have some more of this wire right here that's holding this together. A couple of rolls of that from previous builds for my rodent racks, and I'm using that to tie everything together. So that's all the tools that I'm using right now. I got some straight snips and a pair of right and left hand snips. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to need, and I just brought them all that way. I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. Alright, so I'll show you the next step after this. I got the wire, I got it open, I got it unwound a little bit. And so I'm using the edge of my a little art mat, because it has a ruler at the bottom. And I'm going to get about a foot, so that's about a foot there. And I'm going to mark where I'm going to cut it on both sides. So I'm at 12, it's about a foot there. So I'm going to cut it there. And we'll snip up here. So that's where I'll cut it. Then I'll show you the next step. I'm using the first piece as a template, and I'm just cutting the whole thing into 1 foot strips. And I'll show you the next step after I finish unwinding it and getting it flattened out and cut. So yeah, basically unwinding, flattening out, holding it above the next piece. So I have 11 tubs right now, so the ideal is to get as many pieces out of this as I can, so I can make hoppers for the majority of my tubs. And we'll go there, and I'll cut another strip so I get started. Just using the straight snips right now, and just all the way down. And that's that step right there. So I'll get to the next step in a moment. So right now, out of that one roll of hardware cloth, I got 5 strips, which should give me enough to do 10 hoppers. So right here we got 24 inches. I'm gonna cut it roughly in half at 12 inches, and then I'll make, the ideal is to try to get 2 hoppers out of each 1 by well, cutting it in half now. Each strip is 1 foot. Cut in half will give me 2 1x1s. I believe that's what I have here, or 2 1x11s, something like that. But yeah. So I'm gonna turn these into basically triangles here. Then turn them into triangles. I'm gonna clip all of these little loose ends off here, tie them together, and fold the ends in. So we can do that real quick. Either bend them or cut them. It'd probably be better just to cut them. That way you don't have to worry about anything. I could have used those to connect them together, but that's just a little bit more tedious, and I'm just trying this out for the first time, and I can always refine it later, make them bigger, make them better later on down the line. Just getting a rough idea down and then going from there, testing it out. I didn't want to make them too big because I might have to end up modifying my rack, the bottom rail that supports the tray. I might have to cut a little bit off of each one so that when this is hanging from the wire above, the tray will be able to come out without interfering with without taking this out. But I'll probably just be, using a couple little wire loops to hang it at first until I modify it. Then I'll be able to just take the tubs out without removing it. So this is what I have so far here. All the edges are fairly unsharp, and after I finish everything, I'm gonna get my rotary tool and go back in, round all the edges off. So from here, what I want to do is make some cuts. So let's see how I'm gonna do this. Yeah. So I'll go in. Let's go 2 first. 3. I go into the third one on this side. I'm gonna do the same over here. Go into the third square on this side, and then here in each corner I'm gonna do the same. Third one here, and it's only on the one because this side is open. And then go into the third on this one. And I think these will be okay because all of these sides will be folded in. So I'm gonna fold this side in here. Then I'm going to actually cut a 45 out of this one. So I'm gonna cut from the side. Cut a 45 out of this one here. And do the same there. Start to bottom 3. And do the same here. 45 there. And 45 here. And here and here, here and there. So small 45 there, and a small 45 there. So now should be able just to fold these in here, fold those in, and pretty much that's it. I'm come back and I'm gonna trim all this up. I'm gonna do the same over here. Cut my 45s. It's already got a cut in the middle. My middle's there. Cut a 45 here. Cut to there, so there. There. And my cut's there, so I'll just go there and there. Same here. Go there.
Doezsha.B's Productions.
And Yeah, so my next shipment of food should be here pretty soon.
Doezsha.B's production.
And next couple of days. Hopefully it'll come today. Fold this side over here. And I'll cut all the sharp edges. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do here is probably cut a little bit, make a door. Or cut a door right here in the middle after I get it all tied together. And that'll be the next step. Good length of wire. I pulled it out. That far went through one loop. Then I'm just gonna go through some double up on each little section. And pull it tight. And this is the actual tie wire that came with the roll of hardware cloth holding together. So I'm just recycling materials, going through. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just want to hold it together. Actually, I could just put one in each one, and that should be substantial enough to keep it enough from coming apart. And it'll save them a little bit of time. The shorter it gets, the more easy it is to manage. But I left myself a little bit more slack. That way I didn't have to fish it through, and I have more than enough, and I can actually go down the sides and tie the edges together, the ends together. The same piece. So I'm gonna make sure I make this side the top, that way that's the side that has the sharp edges, and I'm gonna go through and make all these edges blend or fold them in. I'll just fold these in to the inside area. Back. Yeah, cut these. Couple. Make sure most of my toes packed away. In bags, so that way I can just throw the bags in boxes. Still packing, getting ready for the move. So I still wanted them here so I can use them, but I wanted them semi put away. So when it's time to get them in the box, I can just throw the bag in the box, and that'd be that. So here I'll just bring this down and put a couple loops in here. Then we'll be all good on this side. I'll cut the excess off here, and I'll use that to put a couple loops in the other side. Make a little hook so I can hook it around. There we go. Right there. Do the same. Try to get another little hook on it so I can get it to go under and come back out easily. And then I'll finish cutting all my sharp edges in a minute and go further back. Just want to hold it together. And it don't really need a lot because it's folded in on itself, and I doubt any of the rodents will get in there. I'll just do one more at the bottom just for extra. I'll probably just tie it under like so. I think that'll be good. That's fine. Can actually leave that. I'm gonna leave this. So this side here, I will cut it a little bit. And I'll leave that piece. I just came up with something that'll make it easier for me actually. So I'll cut this one here. I got plenty extra of this wire here. And I'll tie this side together. Couple little loops. A loop or two. As a matter of fact, I'll leave that. And I'll tell you where I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave these two pieces. So when it's time to put it inside of my rack, I can just fish these up to the top and then tie them to each other, and then it'll hang like so. I'll probably put this more centered. This one I'll probably use. I can center them both, and then that way I can just fish them up through my rodent rack. I'm gonna cut a door here to load it. And I'll do the same here. Get this one centered. Fish it through. And it's my first time doing it, so it's nowhere near perfect or a refined design, but it's just an idea on how to save food and make them healthier, or make the food less likely to get soiled from their natural instincts to hoard and put food away for a rainy day, so to speak. So I'll just take this little piece and I'll tie it together once, and that should be good enough. Tie, twist, and then snip. I could fold that. Cut this and then fold it back in to the inside. I think that's good there. Then the last thing, the step to do is just to cut a door and add another door. So here, I'll just come here. Let me see. Cut that one. Doesn't have to be super huge. So it's big enough to where you can load the pellets in. Here. My heater just cut on. It's getting a little warm in here. So I think that's that. And then from there, so now I have an opening. And what I'll do with the scrap pieces is I'll cut and tie a door. And I'll leave, let me see, so let's see where I'm at. I'll go this way. So make an overlap one. Let's cut it here. And this is brand new wire. It's just been outside in my my workshop outside. My table saw and stuff, and larger tools. Just cut that on one side, and we'll leave them on one. This side have more, so I'll keep these. I'll cut them from this side. Then the idea is to set this up in a way, and I'll I think I'll bend it down a little bit. I'm using some more of that scrap tying wire. Set it up in a way so that I can put those under with these, okay? So I'll cut one more row off. So I'm gonna have those go under here to hatch it, to close it, roll for one. That'll be my closing mechanism, and then I'm gonna cut this row off, which I'll do right now. Then I'll wire tie it down, so it'll be a functional door.
Doezsha.B Productions.
So we got that. We got another little piece of scrap wire, real quick. I got tons of this stuff. I'm all about recycling, reusing. Give myself more than I need that way. So secure that side and put this in place here. Now I can just go through and loop there. It doesn't even have to be every one. Loop there. That's it. That's my do-it-yourself rodent food hopper. Now we're able to open it up, load it here, put our food in, close it up, and then from the inside of the container, and I can even actually wire tie that together if it doesn't want to stay. From the inside of the container, pull it up to the top so it's flush with the top of the rodent rack, and then secure it with this here. Tie it together and then it'll hang. Then the rats will be able to come here. I might cut bigger slots, so I'll probably cut every other one, cut one here, here, to make bigger openings. We'll do that now. Then I'll just come back and file them with my rotary tool. This way here. And I'll come back, so I'll leave that one. Good. So now we have bigger openings. I'll do the same on the other side. Start to end on this side. That way, stagger them. Down at the bottom, which is okay. Less to grind. Now I'll come back and get all of the birds. I'll come back and I'll debird so there's no little sharp edges to poke the rodents. That way they won't get injured when they come to feed. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just gonna clean this up and then that'll be it. Wait for the food to come and then I'll install them. Now I got 9 more to do. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. This is Doezsha.B from Doezsha.B Exotics. Signing off. Peace. What up YouTube? It's your boy Doezsha.B from Doezsha.B Exotics. Almost done. I've got 9 of them, 9 of the hoppers completed. All of them got the trap doors for feeding. They got the little slots cut for feeding on both sides. I just got to come back and file them down with my rotary tool. That's gonna take a moment. I have one more 12x12 left to make one more. I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna call it a day. But yeah, once my Missouri rodent chow comes in, I'll fill them and snap a couple of pictures and get them mounted, and then probably show the rodents feeding all of them. Alright guys, thanks for your time. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe. Doezsha.B from Doezsha.B Exotics out. Peace.